back, and we're on to the fourth principle of how to regain your power in a crisis, and that is follow your heart. I truly believe that in every person that we are here for a specific purpose, that you have certain gifts and talents that you are designed to share and serve the world with, to make it a better world, in fact. And I think we would all agree that the world needs it to be a better world these days. And so follow your heart is how you get there, in terms of following your passion, really is what that is. And for some reason, I've been able to do that consistently, and I just have to do that. I cannot not do it, and I'm grateful for that. But because there's power in this, there's power in following your heart. Because I'm believing what your heart is indicating is that what your next step is, what your current passion is, and I believe I believe what you're most passionate about at this point in time is our purpose at this point in time. And when we're on purpose, usually we're high performing. Things occur. We can do it effectively and relatively easy when we are on purpose and high performing. So that's the whole perspective around follow your heart. And so the last time I did this, in the last recession actually, is when I started talking to. I just came out of this hopelessness state, $50,000 in credit card debt, no income for an entire year, sole income earner. Is that I felt like I should talk to individuals and clean up my negative stinking thinking, because I was so cynical and hopeless. And that all shifted when I started talking to all these key business leaders and church leaders and community leaders. And what I discovered was that, in fact, their faith and their prayers really enabled them to overcome some major life crises. And this was so powerful. For me, it actually raised my faith from like a 2 out of 10, because of all this debt I was having, up to like an 8 out of 10, because of the evidence I saw in them, what was working for them, because of their focus and their thinking and their mental emotional principles and their faith also. And so then this idea in my heart became that, well, Gary, you need to pull all these stories together and put it in a book. And sure, I mean, I'm still in a semi-recession period. The income is minimal, but I had to follow my heart. I had to pull these stories together and put it in a book. And that's exactly what we did, called The Kingdom Promise: How Leading Canadians Choose Faith to Conquer the Storms of Life. And so it happened, right? And I believe that when we follow our heart, we will have a majority of success, and fulfillment will be fulfilled when we follow our heart. There's great joy in this, in following our heart and being fulfilled as well. And for me, in this last recession, a key thing, I followed my heart. A friend said, you know what, after a year of no training, you should change industries. Why don't you transfer your skill set into fundraising for a faith-based ministry? Immediately, the idea resonated in my heart. My heart was full of this idea immediately. It was amazing. I fell in love with this idea. I don't know why. Consciously, it didn't make all that much sense, but unconsciously or spiritually, it just resonated with me. So I had to follow my heart. And so that's what I did. I started networking. And I found a small ministry organization that I could start part-time with, because I had no experience in this area whatsoever, and that went well. And then I got hired full-time at another ministry, and that went well. And then I got hired where I currently am as well, and that's going amazing. So even people recently I've talked to who, they lost their jobs, they followed their heart, that they pursued their passion. So if you're in that place, I highly encourage you to follow your heart, whatever that might be, and take that leap of faith with courage and confidence. And yes, there'll probably be fear. I remember when I actually did a jump like this in Outward Bound, a couple of decades ago. And yes, we had all the harnesses and rope on and everything, but it was literally the same kind of jump that I did. And yes, was I afraid? Absolutely. Was I invigorated and thrilled afterwards? Absolutely. Did I create more beliefs that I could do things I didn't think I could? Absolutely. Follow your heart and take that leap of faith, and you will surprise yourself, and you will be totally fulfilled. Follow your heart.